Hi. My name is Moyash. In this video, I will show you how to create this wallpaper using Inkscape software. So, let's begin. Open Inkscape. Create new document. Draw a black rectangle. Keep it selected and change dimensions to 1440 by 2560. That will fit screens with aspect ratio 16 by 9. Keep it selected and open Document Properties. Click on Resize Page to Content, Resize Page to Drawing, and uncheck the border shadow, just for more focus. That will change the page size to fit the rectangle, as you see. Let's rename this layer to Background. Now, let's create new temporary layer. Draw a small rectangle in different color and duplicate it. Change dimensions of the upper one to 200 by 200 and the lower one to 1400 by 800 and give it a new color. Select the black background first, then each of the other temporary rectangles and center them in the Align dialog relative to first selected. Let's lock these layers for now and add another 4 layers. Let's name them 1, 2, 3, 4. Now choose layer 1 and draw horizontal rectangle. In layer 2, draw vertical rectangle. In layer 3, horizontal rectangle. And in layer 4, vertical rectangle. Now reset the short side of the 4 rectangles to just 80 units. Enable snapping. Check them all. Let's uncheck this group for now and move the 4 bars to the corners of the temporary white rectangle, as I do. Now resize the 4 bars to reach the edges of both the black background and the temporary red rectangle. Here we are. To check your work, you can choose every bar and note the long dimension here. Now, hide the background and the temporary layer. Right-click and duplicate the layer number 1. Change the name to 1 Shadow. Choose the bar and change color to black. Keep it selected and go to Filters menu. In Blurs sub-menu, choose Blur. Set horizontal blur to 0 and vertical blur to 10. And move the shadow layer 1 step below the main layer. Now go to layer number 3 and do exactly the same. Duplicate the layer and change the name to Shadow. Change the color to black. Give it the same blur. and move it behind the main layer. Now go to layer number 2 and duplicate the layer. Change the name. Change the color. Select the black bar and go to Filters menu, Blurs, then Blur. Set horizontal blur to 10 and vertical blur to 0. And move the shadow layer behind the main layer. Now it's time for the main trick. Duplicate layer 4 twice. Change the name to Shadow 1 and Shadow 2. Choose each bar in the shadow layers. Change it to black and resize it randomly. Let me explain it for you. Here is layer number 4, and both black bars will act as a shadow at the top and at the bottom. Now resize the bottom bar to the edge of layer 1. And do the same for the top bar. Let's disable snapping for seconds. Enable snapping again. Here they are. Now choose any black bar, then give it a blur. Horizontal blur 10 and vertical blur 0, and do the same for the other bar. Then move the main layer number 4 to the top. And here is the problem. Let's create a new layer. Layer number 5. Draw random rectangle and resize it to 80 by 80. Give it a different color and move it to the intersection. Now duplicate layer 5. Change the name to Shadow. Change the shadow color to black. And give it a blur. Horizontal blur 0 and vertical blur 10. Here it is. Move the shadow layer behind the main layer and make this color as the same of the other bars. I hope you can see that. There is a thin black line appears at the left and at the right here. To hide these black lines, I will increase the width of this colored rectangle. Let's first move it about 5 units to the left and increase the width by 10 units. Now the colored rectangle is more than the shadow by 5 units at the left and 5 units at the right. That will be enough to completely cover the shadow black lines. Another thing I want to say here. You must be careful when increasing the colored rectangle width to not intersect with the shadow layer number 2 and keep enough gap between them. Let me clear it more. Let's increase that from the left. As you see, it looks like a cut. And this is the intersection that must be avoided. Let's undo. Now we are good to go. Save the file as SVG file. Now lock all shadow layers and unlock the colored layers. Keep the background layer locked and select all. Then choose the color you want. Let's try another color. I like that one. Let's export a PNG file and try it as a wallpaper. Nice. I already tried different colors to generate wallpapers. And I uploaded the best to my account on pling.com. You can download my wallpapers from the link in the description. Just scroll down, go to Files, and click on the download icon. I hope you like it. Now, before leaving, don't forget to subscribe. And consider donating to Moyash on Patreon or PayPal. Thank you for your support. See you next time.